Welcome back to Navigating Inflation. We are not a history channel. Our goal is to study the failed currencies and economies of the past, to learn strategies to protect and grow wealth during times of severe inflation. In today's video, we will take a look at a hyperinflation event in recent history, the hyperinflation and economic collapse of the country of Zimbabwe. To understand the severity of Zimbabwe's hyperinflation, we must first explore its origins. In the early 2000s, Zimbabwe's economy was already in decline due to a combination of factors, including controversial land reform policies, rampant corruption, and political instability. As economic output declined, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe resorted to printing excessive amounts of money to finance government spending, setting the stage for hyperinflation. In 2002, the government financed military interventions in the Democratic Republic of Congo, further draining resources and contributing to the economic crisis. As the central bank continued to print money, the value of the Zimbabwean dollar began to plummet, leading to a scarcity of essential goods and rampant price increases. By 2006, the annual inflation rate in Zimbabwe had reached an astounding 1,000%. This rapid increase in prices marked the beginning of an economic spiral that would worsen over the coming years. In response to the escalating crisis, the government imposed price controls in 2007 and made it illegal for business owners to close their shops. Shops were emptied within hours, with items such as refrigerators forcibly priced at 10 million Zimbabwean dollars, or roughly 1 US cent. Emptied of goods, businesses crumbled, leading to further economic decline and unemployment. Despite these challenges, the annual inflation rate continued to soar, reaching 66,000% by the end of 2007. By 2008, Zimbabwe was in the throes of one of the worst periods of hyperinflation in history, with the yearly inflation rate reaching an incomprehensible 89.7 sextillion%. Zimbabwean currency became virtually worthless, and the nation was plunged into a period of extreme economic hardship. Under the rule of the autocrat Robert Mugabe, trade in foreign currencies was banned in an effort to force the people to use the depreciating Zimbabwe dollar. This simply forced the trade underground. In March of 2008, a Newsweek journalist reported that a meal for 6 people cost $21 on the black market. Had he exchanged his US dollars for Zimbabwean dollars at the official exchange rate set by the bank, the meal would have cost him $19,366 US. Corrupt government officials took advantage of the absurd exchange rate by trading their worthless Zimbabwean dollars for USD at the official rate, profiting millions. With US dollars in short supply, ordinary citizens attempting to exchange their currency at the same rate were denied. The healthcare and education systems crumbled under the weight of hyperinflation. Hospitals and clinics faced severe shortages of essential medicines and equipment, while schools struggled to pay teachers and maintain infrastructure. Zimbabweans developed various coping mechanisms and survival strategies as inflation reached a feverish zenith in 2008. Foreign currencies, such as the US dollar and South African rand, were substituted for local currency whenever possible. Bartering also became prevalent, with people trading goods and services for essentials like fuel or food. Despite the official ban on the use of foreign currencies, the government itself was forced to trade on the black market to meet its obligations to external creditors, who refused to accept the worthless Zimbabwean dollar. With monthly bills due to neighboring states for electricity, fuel, and weapons, the government dispatched officials from the finance ministry with suitcases stuffed full of Zimbabwean dollars to purchase US dollars and other foreign currencies on the black market. Finally, in 2009, the Zimbabwean government made the crucial decision to abandon the Zimbabwean dollar and adopt a multi-currency system, which allowed the use of foreign currencies for transactions. This move helped stabilize the economy to some extent, as it curbed the rapid price increases and allowed businesses to resume operations. This reprieve was short-lived. In 2019, a new Zimbabwean dollar was reintroduced as the sole legal tender, known as the RTGS dollar, or Zim dollar. This currency was created to mitigate a shortage of hard foreign currency in the economy, a situation created by the fact that Zimbabwe is a net importer. On the whole, the foreign currencies were slowly leaving the economy to purchase goods from neighboring states and international suppliers, without a corresponding amount of exported goods being sold to bring those currencies back into the country. Overnight, the people of Zimbabwe found their bank balances redenominated without their consent, from US dollar to the Zim dollar, which was claimed by the government to be equivalent on a one-to-one basis with the US dollar. Soon afterward, the government officially banned foreign currencies, attempting to force the use of the reborn national currency. Maddeningly, some Zimbabweans reported that certain governmental offices refused to accept the Zim dollars for fees and bills, demanding US dollars instead. The economy was choked by inefficiencies, and any business engaged in international trade was burdened with heavy banking fees to convert Zim dollars into the US dollars that were needed to pay foreign vendors. Confidence in the Zimbabwe dollar had been severely damaged by the previous hyperinflation episode, and the US dollar remained the preferred currency for households and businesses, despite the ban on foreign currencies. Fears that the government would revert to printing money to finance a growing budget deficit further eroded confidence in the new currency, causing its purchasing power to decline rapidly as the people rushed to trade it for goods or more stable foreign currencies. Inflation surged to an alarming 255% in 2019, up from a modest 11% in 2018. It further accelerated in 2020, peaking at 837% that year. Shopping became a complex task, as customers needed calculators, mobile phones, and notebooks to compare prices. Shoppers in supermarkets could be seen sending photos of prices to their family members, who would then compare them to other supermarkets and decide what to buy and from where. In some stores, prices were only available at the checkout, and cashiers would sometimes halt transactions to adjust prices mid-payment. Inflation has remained high, though somewhat abated, in Zimbabwe since 2020. In the experiences of the Zimbabwean people, we can identify archetypal patterns that we find recurring again and again as we study the phenomenon of inflation. We observe that inflation starts gradually, like a smoldering ember in a stack of kindling, before it accelerates into a raging inferno. We also see the psychological factors that can intensify inflation. In 2018, the painful memory of previous hyperinflation episodes fueled its resurgence upon the reintroduction of the new Zimbabwean dollar. Driven by a lack of trust and rooted in past experiences, the expectation of price increases became a self-fulfilling prophecy as high velocity of money fueled new inflation. An observation that is particularly troubling is the sudden conversion of bank balances from US dollars to the new, and soon to be worthless, RTGS dollar or Zim dollar in 2019. This is a sobering reminder that the digits printed on your bank statement might not be as tangible as they seem. Next, we will visit the worst hyperinflation event in recorded history, the Hungarian pengo of the 1940s. Please subscribe to join us on this journey to uncover tactics to prepare ourselves for future inflationary events.